Hey guys, Brian delivers you the goods here on YouTube, returning to you for a best songs of January 2024 list. This is going to be from numbers 12 to 1 that I'm going to be talking about because there was only like 12 songs I found to be quite enjoyable for uh, January of 2024. So I'm going to discuss what I'll be talking about and let you know my thoughts on what I think of this list. So let's dive in our number 12, which is Lil Nas X with J Christ. Personally, I actually enjoyed this track. I wouldn't say it was one of the best songs of January 2024, but it is in the best songs because I personally dug what he was going for with this track. I mean, the marketing ploy gimmick, you you know, with Lil Nas X, it's to be expected. Because he does that just to get attention and publicity for what he's going for. So he's not really Christian. He's just doing it for money mostly. It's pretty crappy, but it honestly it's priceless. It actually works. Some people actually find it entertaining and douchey of him, but me personally, I already saw right through it. But still, overall, the track did have some good beats, and Lil Nas X's rapping and some of his singing was not too bad. This song executed pretty well for what it was going for. So number 12 is Lil Nas X with J Christ. Number 11 is Hardy with Quit. Now, I this was a song directed towards someone that told him to quit um, in a napkin and put it in a tip jar. And he basically looked at it and he just started laughing. But basically, he just thought the guy was an asshole and he was calling him out on in this song. So basically exposing the douchewad that told him to quit making music. So I was like, oh wow. Like this is a response in a sense. So basically Hardy did a good job with this track. He mixed it up with his with rapping and then eventually heavy metal and screaming. Like some good hard rock with the screams towards the end of it, and it sounds really good. And he screamed "fuck you" at the end of it, and I was like, pretty good. So, number 11 is Hardy with "Quit." Number 10 is "Fit for a King" with "Keeping Secrets." I think this track was actually really good. Ryan Kirby's screaming potential is pretty good, and there's a lot of clean vocals in this song, and I really dug this track for what it went for. So this is a pretty strong track. Number 10 was Fit for a King, Keeping Secrets. I really enjoyed this song with how it sounded. And when it came out, I was really excited to listen to new Fit for a King. And yeah, pretty good. Number 9 is New Year's Day with I Still Believe. Pretty strong track for what it went for. Um, I really enjoyed how it sounded overall. And I think Ashley's vocals are pretty good in this. And just it's more hard rock kind of stuff, but it's going to be on their new album come March 1st. Half Black Heart, I think, is what it's called. So, can't wait to hear how that sounds, but still, great single overall. Number 8 is going to be Invent Animate with Sleepless Deathbed. Really enjoyed this track when it came out. This had great scream delivery. This track really went hard, and the clean vocals in the chorus sounded pretty good. But overall, pretty good song. Very rockin' track. Really enjoyed this song when it came out, and I was really digging it. So, number 8 is Invent Animate with Sleepless Deathbed. Definitely recommend this song for sure. Number 7 is Justin Timberlake with Selfish. Really enjoyed this song for how it sounded overall. And yeah, I really dug this track for what they went for with this song. Um, or what he went for with the song. I almost was thinking of a band, so please forgive me on that. This is going to be on Justin Timberlake's newest album, Everything I Thought It Was. I think is what the album's name is, coming out March 15th. When I did that track review the other day for it, I really meant what I said. I really think this was one of the strongest singles that he's put out in a while. Because it's been a 6-year gap since his last album, Man of the Woods, which wasn't critically acclaimed in a good way. It wasn't received very well, meaning its reception was kind of weak. It was a mid album, like the first half of the record was good, the rest kind of fell downhill afterwards, and not in a good way. And the title track was kind of boring too, so it wasn't that great. So pretty much, 7 is Justin Timberlake with Selfish. Sorry if I mentioned that it's a band. I accidentally was referring to the next number that I'm going to be talking about, which is number 6, Bring Me the Horizon, Kool-Aid. Now, I really did enjoy this track. Would I say it's better than Dark Side? I think it's pretty good. Would I, like I said, would I say it's better than Dark Side? Not really, but it's still a pretty strong track for what they went for with this, without Jordan Fish in the band anymore, because this is the first single without him in the band themselves, and this is gonna be on their new Posthuman Next Gen EP release, which I hear it's coming out in the summer of 2024. From what I've heard from certain people that have commented on my videos about it, but we'll just wait and see, because knowing Bring Me the Horizon, they always delay it for the longest time. The last release was Posthuman Survival Horror, and I think it's about time for another Posthuman release, because we've been waiting since 2021, since Die For You, so that's been almost 3-year gap now. Almost a 3-year gap. It's quite a bit, but still, great track. Really enjoyed it. It has some references with Drink the Kool-Aid by the Jug, and all that. It sounds like the Jonestown Massacre they're referencing in a sense. With this track, that's how I was perceiving it at first, but it has a different tone to it, but still Ollie Sykes' screams are pretty good. This is a much heavier track and in a heavier direction, and I really dig it. So number 6 is Bring Me the Horizon with Kool-Aid. Number 5 is Keith Wallen with Strings. Really enjoyed this track when I first heard it. This is going to be on his new record, Infinity Now, dropping May 3rd. I will be pre-ordering it. I'm just waiting a little bit because I can't afford it right now. But still, I have other expenses to pay. But other than that, great track for how it sounded. And I highly recommend you listen to Breaking Benjamin's guitarist Keith Wallen's solo work. It's actually really good, and I really enjoyed his vocals in this. And I actually did just buy This World or the Next, his first album, on CD, and I had to buy it through his store, which thank you so much, Keith Wallen, for delivering, because the record is pretty good. So basically, number 5 is Keith Wallen with Strings. Number 4 is Smash Into Pieces with Trigger. This track was really catchy. It has electronic music in it, but it was very catchy, and the lyrics were well written. And I really dig this track with how it sounded melodic-wise and the melody overall. It had a catchy tune, and I really dug this track for the 2 minutes and 55 seconds of a runtime. So at number 4 is Smash Into Pieces with Trigger. I like the lead singer's vocals in this track. Sounds really good, and he has a high range for sure. Yours truly, Call My Name, is at number 3, and I actually like Michaela's vocals in it. It's much different, but I really enjoyed this track for what they went for with this one. But basically, Michaela's vocals sound really good with her falsettos, but when the chorus comes in, it sounds crushing, and it really packs a punch, and I really dig this song. So yours truly did a Really good job on this track. So number 3 is Yours Truly with Call My Name. Number 2 is North Lane with For My Asthma featuring Winston McCall of Parkway Drive. So basically, I'll be explaining what the number 1 is, which I guess you kind of know what it's going to be, because it's one of my favorite tracks of January of 2024. This one would have been the best song of 2024 for January of 2024, but I didn't deem this track to be the best of 2024 for January. I found another song to be best song of January of 2024. So My Asthma sounded really good. Marcus Bridges' screaming vocals were outstanding, and even Winston McCall's screaming vocals sounded really good. I like the manipulated part in the track. It sounds really fresh and really good with what they went for with this one. So, pretty strong track. It's going to be on their new Mirror's Edge EP, which is dropping April 12th. So another few months from now. Not too long, like about 2 months from now. So it's just a 6-track EP, but I think it's going to sound really good. So number 2 is North Lane with My Asthma featuring Winston McCall at Parkway Drive. I would have honorable mentions, but I don't in this case because it would have been the Ariana Grande track, but I'm going to be 100% honest with you. I read into the lyrics. Not great lyrics, honestly, and she throws shade at critics and all that in that song, in my personal opinion. But please don't take it in offense. It's just I'm not a huge fan of Ariana Grande, in my opinion. I don't hate her vocals. I just don't think, personally, her personality is iffy. So number 1 is drum roll, please. Nothing More with If It Doesn't Hurt. I really enjoyed this track. Johnny's vocals sound really amazing in this song, and I personally dug how this song sounded. For 2 minutes and 59 seconds, I was very entertained. This track definitely rocked, and even the production in it sounds pretty good. Nothing More really has been kicking ass with their new material lately. Like the last album, Spirits, was quite outstanding, and this new single was a banger, for sure. Another banger from Nothing More, and this became my best song of January of 2024. So, with that being said, number 1 is Nothing More with If It Doesn't Hurt. I would have picked Ariana Grande, yes, and as a honorable mention, but I read into the lyrics a little more, and I'm kind of dumbfounded by what I read into personally, but that's just my opinion. If people don't agree with my opinion on it, that's fine. Like I said, I'm not a huge Ariana Grande fan, but I just, in my opinion, I don't like her personally with her personality, but that's just my opinion, so please don't take it the wrong way. But other than that, Nothing More became the best song of January of 2024 for right now. So we'll see what lies for February for best songs of February of 2024. I don't think I'm going to have a lot of songs to mention for the worst songs of January of 2024, but that video is going to happen. It's not going to be a long one. It's going to be a very short one because there's not a lot of singles that I personally found to be the worst songs. Maybe 1 or 2, but that's not really a lot, so I might not even do a video on it personally, but we'll just wait and see what the next singles that come out turn out to sound like. But overall, I hope you enjoyed this best songs of January of 2024 video. I did the best I could to make it as good as possible, and thanks for watching. Have a good night, guys.